Dan Orlovsky. To my right, well, it's my right. I don't know what everyone else on the screen at least. My guy, Damien Woody, Super Bowl champ in the building, 2-time Super Bowl champ.
Yeah.
I'll put some respect on your name.
Please do.
Yeah, and of course, Stephen A. Smith. Hi, guys. Good morning.
Morning.
Well, what's up? Good morning to everybody. Good morning. I just want to say, first of all, it's always good to see my brother's football season is on and popping. My man Orlovsky is in the house with his Elvis hairdo. Woody looking like, you don't look like quite a politician, but you're looking good. The color schemes is nice because we all are rocking blue, although we know who's rocking the best version of blue this morning. And Molly, I'm so proud of you. You have on, you have on something different today. Way to go. Way to go, Molly. Way to go. How y'all doing?
Thanks, Steve. Good to see you. All right, let's start the show. Aaron Rodgers is absolutely ready to go in a tough season opener against the Niners defense. That's according to Robert Saleh, who says Rodgers has an arm of someone 10 years younger. However, our Chris Canty is not nearly as high. Here's Canty with a hot take on Rodgers.
New York Jets.
I knew that was coming.
I don't think they got the guy. 40-year-old quarterback coming off of an Achilles injury. I don't believe that we're going to see the same version of Aaron Rodgers that won back-to-back MVPs 3 years ago. I think life comes at you fast in the National Football League. We're seeing that a little bit with Russell Wilson and how quickly he has regressed. I think we're in store for Aaron Rodgers playing an extended period of time over the course of this season, but us realizing that he's fallen off a little bit when it comes to his ability to be a difference maker at that position.
All right, there's a lot of facial expressions happening to my left, but Dan, you're up first. Will Rodgers be a difference maker this year is the question, but feel free to react to Canty.
Of course he's going to be. He always has been. I got a lot of love for Chris. I do. What? Why, Chris? When you say, well, the 40-year-old coming off the injury, so is the hesitation that he's 40? Is it that he's coming off of the injury? Are they separate, or it's because there's this combination? I don't understand how we constantly do this with people who are greats. Not really goods, but greats. We did this with Tiger Woods. We did this with Tom Brady. We did this with Peyton Manning. That we take these all-time greats, and when they have a little bit of a downtime or a valley, we just write them off and think, well, that's the end of the story. Okay, so when Aaron won his MVPs, that 20 and 21 stretch, I believe it was, he ran the ball 60 times in that 2-year stretch, 65 times. It wasn't like he was this run-around playmaker, so the Achilles injury, it's not like this guy was Lamar Jackson winning the MVP. He threw for like 80 touchdowns and ran the ball 65 times. We have seen all-time great quarterbacks then go on. Here's the stats right here. So look at, the guy, so 70 times he ran the football. This was a point guard at his very best, an elite RPO guy, a one-on-one nightmare when it comes to playing the quarterback spot. He wasn't this elusive runaround guy. The Achilles injury then doesn't really matter to me. We have watched Matthew Stafford when he was older, go win it. Tom Brady when he's older, go win it. Peyton Manning, and that was because of a great defense. Jets happen. That one, go win it. Kurt Warner when he was older, go and get there. And if not for an unbelievable throw by Ben, win it. Chris, is this about his age? Is this about the injury? Because we're just trying to find ways to sit there and say, he's going to be bad. He's not going to be. If Aaron Rodgers has his worst season in his last 10 years, Jets are in the playoffs.
Molly, you want to know, like, wow, I had all these facial expressions.
Yeah.
The fact that Chris Canty, I love my brother Chris. The fact that Chris Canty had Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers in the same sentence, it's just, why you say, Steve?
Amen.
Blasphemous.
Amen.
It's just, when I heard that, it just I literally toned out everything that Chris Canty had to say after that point in time. We're talking about a 4-time league MVP, one of the all-time greats in our game. Like, his game is not predicated on, like, being Lamar Jackson. That's not his game. Aaron Rodgers' game is all about manipulating the pocket and playing at the elite level from the neck up. Before Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes come around, and obviously, now we talk about Patrick Mahomes is the greatest thrower of the football that we've ever seen. Like that, we were talking about Aaron Rodgers in that same vein for years. He is one of the most gifted quarterbacks that we have ever seen. Do we think just because he's 40 that has all of a sudden diminished to this point? Absolutely not. It's like, Molly, I'll say this. I went out and saw training camp with Aaron Rodgers. Let me tell you something. If Aaron Rodgers stay healthy, Aaron Rodgers is going to put on the show.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, he has not forgotten how to throw the football. He has not forgotten how to, manipulate pre-snap, post-snap. He has not forgotten how to put the ball on a dime to Garrett Wilson and all these other guys. So this whole notion that he had this Achilles injury and it's somehow going to wreck his game was never predicated on being this mobile quarterback. That was never his game. So again, he's going to be a difference maker. The Jets were literally 7-10 with the worst quarterback play in the National Football League. And you mean to tell me that a healthy Aaron Rodgers is not going to be a huge difference maker for this team? Come on.
He does have to get up quite early to do that show. I mean, he might have still been sleepy. So let's just get that out the way. That's number one. Number two, we also got to take into consideration this because even Dan Orlovsky missed this. Dan just starts laughing the second I open my mouth. I don't know why. I'm not that funny. But the point is, Dan, here's the thing with Chris Canty.
Say it, man.
And
it's
you also
the way you say it.
Well, it's just the truth. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. It's just the truth, okay? Chris Canty, we also got to remember, for the vast majority of his career, he was a New York Giant. They talked about Aaron Rodgers in the joint practice against the Giants the other day. I mean, he torched them. He whipped their butt. Threw about 4 touchdown passes, including a 70-yarder and a 55-yarder. So he might be a bit salty over that. So it's getting up a bit too early. Combined with him being salty, you understand, because he knows that his Giants are going to be trashed this year. And the combination of the two things has touched on the emotional strings of Chris Canty. That is entirely plausible. We love him. He's our brother. We have to throw him a pass in that regard. But when you think about Aaron Rodgers, I want to remind everybody, because the other day everybody was making noise about the fact that he didn't really participate. Is he going to be in the preseason, et cetera, et cetera? He played 2 series last August, okay? 2 series in the preseason. Do y'all know that's the only preseason action he's been involved in since 2018? Sure. He don't have to do anything in the preseason. You know why? Because he's a bad man. That's why. And I understand that in 2020 and 2021, when he was an MVP, we just want to do that. Mike T, Mr. CIA himself. Really, I mean, I don't know if y'all noticed about Mike Tannenbaum. Dan Orlovsky, I don't know if you noticed. Damien Woody knows this, but when I'm talking about Mike Tannenbaum, the brilliance of him, that's why I call him Mr. CIA. When he was an executive for the New York Jets, I used to interview him weekly, okay, on ESPN radio in New York.
All right.
I, to this day, was mesmerized at the mastery in which he talked, as long as he talked, and told you absolutely nothing. Like, you walked away going like this. I've learned nothing. He sounds so eloquent. He answered all the questions, but he dodged everything. He said absolutely, positively nothing. Yet this guy got a TV deal now and just spewing brilliance. You understand what I'm saying? And I give it to him, but he gets a little bit emotional too. He's sitting up there talking about Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, he won 2 of the last 4 MVPs, but that was years ago. No, it was 2 of the last 4 MVPs, Mike T. What are you talking about here? Then he wants to lean on 2022, and we're going to forget that Aaron Rodgers suffered a broken thumb on his throwing hand the 5th game into that season.
Against the New York Giants.
That. Against the New York Giants. So once again, we got the Mike T element. We got the Chris Canty element. We got all those emotional strings going on and all of that stuff, okay? And they are just throwing away facts. Fact, since 2020, when Aaron Rodgers was 37 years of age, since that time, NFL MVPs, 2, the most in the NFL. Completion percentage, 68%, second most in the NFL. Passer rating, 107.9, leads the NFL. Touchdown percentage, 6.9%, leads the NFL. Winning percentage, 70%, 4th in the NFL behind Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson. Chris Canty, nothing but love for you, my brother. You know that, big boy. I love you. I'm proud of you. But clearly, we need to talk to the bosses. You've been asked to get up a little bit too early in the
Yeah,
morning.
yeah.
Groucho Marx is what I'm going to start calling them because I don't know what's wrong.
Stephen A., you were spitting just now. You were spitting just now, Stephen A. My goodness. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Chris Canty. Like I said, I got much love for CC, but, I mean, my God, like the blasphemy you were spitting against Aaron Rodgers with that whole, soliloquy that he was throwing out there early in the morning.
See, Stephen A., Molly, I said this, I think, 2 weeks ago. The Jets defense in the last 2 seasons gives up 19 points a game.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers' record when his defense gives up less than 20 is 80-2.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Lord.
The Jets playoff drought, 13 years, pretty bad. I think that's going to change.